Janessa, your Younique presenter. So as you can see, I've got a little bit different makeup look going on today. I have a Cleopatra inspired Halloween makeup look for you guys. I loved filming this tutorial. It was so fun. It was just something unique and different, and I thought of it and I was like, let's go for it. So I just incorporated a lot of jewelry, golds, blues, and fun little eye things. So stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Okay, let's get started on this transformation. First, we will be starting with Younique's eye primer. I'll be applying just a little bit of that on both my eyelids and making sure to rub that in and creating kind of a base for my eyeshadows to lay on. Next, we will be taking Scotch tape. Yes, you heard me, Scotch tape. You will take a strip and put it on the back of your hand, and what that's going to do, it's going to dull down the adhesive so it's not pulling at your eyes, which is where we're going to place this. We're going to take these and put them at an angle right under our eyes in the corner lined up with our eyebrow. And we're going to press down, and what this is going to do is create a straight line, which is what we really want, is a really sharp defined line for this eye look. This is also great if you want to do a cat eye or smoky eye or even wing liner. This helps a ton. Next, we are going to start out with palette 3, and we are going to take the shade Determined, which is that soft matte gray shade. And we are going to use this as our transition shade, and using any blending brush, we are going to do windshield wiper motions back and forth, but you're also at the end going to want to kind of flick out to kind of help create that winged cat eye kind of look. Now, taking Younique's liner shader brush, taking the liner side, you are going to go back to palette 3 and dip in the shade Irate, which is a matte black. I want this black to be really intense, so I'm going to spritz it with the rose water. As you can see, I'm almost out, and I'm really depressed about that. So I'm spritzing that liner brush. I'm going to create a line kind of forming to where my crease is. And I'm following that crease and then bringing it out and winging it like I did with the eyeshadow earlier. What this is going to do is going to create a really dramatic crease in my eye, but it's also going to help create the eye look that I need and want. We're going back and blending with the same crease brush and the same shade Determined to kind of buff this black line out. I didn't want it to be super buffed out, but a little bit that it wasn't so intense. Now going with Younique's crease brush, I am taking the shade Irate, again that matte black, and really defining that line. I went back and forth between blending and defining, till I finally got the look I wanted. Next, we're going to go in with a liquid liner. I couldn't find Younique's liquid liner anywhere in my house, so I am substituting it for the Galactic black liquid liner. I am just creating part of the wing that we will be using. This will kind of help make a really straight line because we have the tape here. I'm not doing it entirely, just a little bit right now while I have the tape for help. Next, we'll be using the Younique pencil in the shade Pristine, which is a pure white. I am putting this all over my lid to kind of create a base to make my shadows a lot brighter. Next, I'm taking the NYX glitter primer and taking our cream shadow brush to apply this where I just applied the white. I just wanted the pigment and shadows that I'm using to really stick and become brighter, so this will help that last. Then I will be taking the ColourPop shadow in the shade Flower Child. It is a bright teal. I'm taking that same cream shadow brush and applying this right in that inner corner of my eye and almost to the middle and a little bit over. Then we will be applying Younique's cream shadow in the shade Extravagant, which is a very pretty gold. We will be taking the same cream shadow brush. We'll be applying this in our inner corner and blending it into that teal turquoise color. I wanted that gold to be a little bit more brighter, so I'm taking our pressed pigment in the shade Gorgeous, putting on the same cream shadow brush and spritzing it with our rose water. This will make it wet and apply more intensely and making that gold really pop on our eyelid. Then once you have the eyes done, just pull that tape off and you can see that straight perfect line it creates. Now moving on to the face, we are taking the Glorious Face and Eye Primer and applying that in circular motions all over your face, especially in the T-zone. I'll be using our liquid foundation in the shade Velour to go on my face today. I feel like the Egyptians had a really olive skin tone and more of a tan looking skin, so I want to take our bronzer and I'm just applying this with our blusher brush all over my face and neck to create a very darker looking skin tone than what I have. I am contouring with our mineral concealer in the shade Fierce, which is a dark brown, and our contour brush on the angled side. I'm really only going to be contouring my cheekbones today because I feel like that was the only thing necessary. I'm going to be taking that same liquid liner I was using earlier and I'm going to start to create a thin line just right on my lash line. I'm then going to connect it to that little wing we created with the tape and just make that more vivid and dark, and that will be the start of our winged eyeliner. Then I was trying to create a cat eye, so I took that black line that I started and created a straight line out from my eye, which will kind of create a cat eye look in the end. I am taking that glitter primer again and just applying it right by my winged liner. We are going to put a pigment there. We'll be going back in with the shade Gorgeous and applying that right where we put that glitter primer. Then right under that gold that we just made, we are taking our liquid liner and applying a winged from that point to our inner corner. This is where it started to get a little bit tricky. I was trying to create these eye symbols with this liquid liner and it just was not going on as well as I wanted. Like, I had to go over the line like 8 million times. So I went on the hunt for Younique's liquid liner and yay, I found it. So I decided to start over with that other eye. I took our pencil in the shade Perfect and just used this to line my waterline. I took that same pencil and tried to start the design on my other eye. It got complicated because my skin is so thin under my eye, and so I went back and forth between the liquid liner and the pencil to get the look I wanted until it was perfect. And then I would stop and reevaluate and then clean up some and then go back in again with the liquid and the pencil. Then for the last time I went back in with the NYX glitter primer and a really small smudger brush, and I took the glitter and lined it on my right eye design. I went back in with the star of this look, which is the Gorgeous eye pigment, and I pressed that shade Gorgeous right into where I added the glitter primer. Because I just wanted that little extra oomph, I took the Ardell Demi Wispies and some gel from Younique, and I applied the gel to my eyelashes and then applied some falsies. Then taking Palette 4 in that shade Tender and our deluxe brush, I'm applying this as our brow bone highlight. Taking the bronzer we used earlier, I'm taking that and applying it on my lips, the matte and shimmer side, because the Egyptians, I feel like, had really tan lips that matched their skin. Then we are taking the same black liquid liner and applying 2 lines about ½ an inch apart on our lips and filling them in black. After that, we are taking our eye primer and that little smudger brush we used earlier and applying the eye primer on the top of our lip and in 2 lines on the sides of where we applied that black square. Going in with that Gorgeous eye pigment, we are applying that wherever we applied the eye primer. I took a lip brush and used it for the top lip just for easier application. Here's the final look. Add some braids to your hair and some jewelry and you have got yourself a Egyptian Cleopatra look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!